The group working to revitalize the Albina district is now $500 million closer to its goal. The Federal Department of Transportation awarded a total of $488 million toward the project. Albina was once a thriving hub of Portland's black community in North and Northeast Portland. Now I-5 cuts through where many of those homes and businesses once stood. Families were forced to move in the 1960s and 70s for the highway and several other projects, and the Albina neighborhood was severed in half. But a group called the Albina Vision Trust is working to rebuild the area with homes, businesses, and community spaces. Here's what the executive director, Winter Johannes, at a press conference said today.
We are leading America's largest restorative redevelopment effort, one that centers the rerouting of black people, families, and culture in the core of Portland's city center. That work includes making sure that we are reflected in the built environment and that we participate in the wealth generated by our presence here as owners of homes and businesses.
The funding will go to the I-5 Rose Quarter Improvement Project, which will build a cover over I-5, reconnecting the Albina neighborhood. Members of Oregon's congressional delegation who secured the funding met with members of the Albina Vision Trust to celebrate the investment. Senator Widen says it's a step toward fixing the bad decisions that were made decades ago.
And given the shameful history of decisions that were made in blocks from here decades ago, where you ripped up, and I use those words specifically, lower Albina neighborhoods, we lost generational wealth for this community. And so many black Portlanders simply looked at government and said they aren't going to give us a fair shake.
Members of Congress say they think the money will create construction jobs and attract more investment in Portland's downtown and city center.
You know, there hasn't been much new investment in downtown lately. I think this is going to be a catalyst. It's going to help us with the Lloyd Center, you know, extending the streetcar up to Montgomery Park. And these things all hang together. OMSI. I think it's going to really attract lots of investment that's going to multiply the impact.
This effort to revitalize the Albina neighborhood has earned quite a few big investments lately. In addition to the federal award, the Oregon legislature dedicated $25 million to the project during this year's session. Portland Public Schools also agreed to a resolution that works towards selling their headquarters in North Portland to the Albina Vision Trust. And Nike co-founder Phil Knight last year announced that he'd be donating $400 million to the Rebuild Albina project, a group with the same goal.